Hey everyone. So this crazy video is getting a lot of attention on TikTok the past couple of days because a furious mom recorded herself getting into her son's school bus to chew out not only the kid who was apparently bullying her son Isaiah on the bus, but the bus driver who our main character says has been allowing this to happen right in front of her. This video racked up 450,000 likes in just a couple of days and a tremendous outpour of support from angry parents sympathetic to her situation. But while millions of people got invested in the original story, this first clip, hardly anyone saw the follow-up videos that revealed what really happened. This story is crazy, and now there's a whole conclusion to this saga, so let's dive right in. Today's story takes us to DeKalb County, Georgia, where the DeKalb County School District runs bus routes to, perhaps obviously, get these kids to and from school. On October 9th, just a few days ago, TikTok user, we'll go with Il Kaziki, boarded the bus that had been taking her kindergarten-age son to school each day and went completely scorched earth. And she says she only got this drastic because this was now the second time that this boy had come after her son on the bus with nothing being done about it. Her frustration and rage are palpable.
Good morning, everybody.
Miss Ma'am.
1 second.
No,
Because you let my son get hit yesterday, right? My son right here. Let me tell y'all. Hey, everybody. I came out here to talk to one person and one person only. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me. Excuse me. You put your hands on my son, you will be getting kicked off this bus. You tell your mama to come and see me, okay? I'm going to be up here tomorrow. So you tell your mama to come and see me, or your auntie, your sister, whoever. I'm tired of you putting your hands on my son. Do not put your hands on my son just because he don't want to be your fucking friend. He got enough friends. He don't got to talk to you. And to you, you let my son, all the kids told me that you let him put his hands on him.
Your child is in the back. How am I letting your kids
All the kids told me, they let you know. All the kids told me when they got off this bus.
Right, when they got off the bus.
No, another girl told me you kicked her off for trying to let you know what happened.
No.
That's your job.
No,
That's your job. Why would you do that to my son? You supposed to be. The kindergartners are supposed to be in the front. The kindergartners are supposed to be in the front. That's your job. That's your job.
Okay.
Come on. You got me up. If that was your kid, you wouldn't do that. You would not do that.
You're not listening.
I am listening. All the kids told me. All the kids told me. My son is in kindergarten. He got a scar on his goddamn eye. He got a scar on his eye. Hell no, I ain't listening with this goddamn scar on my son's eye.
Okay.
All the kids be telling me you running lights, riding on the goddamn sidewalk. Do your fucking job. I already called your mother boss too, bitch. I'm calling everybody. Your ass get fired. He get kicked off the bus. Take that where it's on. Let's go. You is, bitch. You is, bitch.
So, crazy stuff, obviously, and she got an absolutely massive amount of support, like I said, in the comments, with netizens pointing out the tears streaming down her cheeks and saying things like, "Parents are tired. I felt her rage and I know it all too well." And, "You did perfect. I'm proud of you. The mad tears are the best. Let them flow." I also love how she gets on this bus and she's just like, "Good morning, everyone," in the best teacher voice that she can muster before this, like, very explicit tirade. Anyway, our main character tells us that the bus driver not only failed to stop the boys' altercation, and these are very little kids, mind you, who any adult could probably easily separate, but then also refused to report the incident on both occasions as well. And we can maybe forgive the bus driver for failing to split the two up, right? Her job description may arguably not include getting chomped on by a 5-year-old, trying to break up a fight, but failing to report something like this is pretty negligent, right? And recall that she said one of the little girls who rides this bus every morning and was there when this incident happened said that she tried to report it to the bus driver and was kicked off of the bus for her attempt to do so. Whether that's true or not, we don't know for sure, but she did also upload this recording of a bunch of the kids seeming to verify her version of events here.
And she said, "I don't care." She screamed at us just like that. She got the, when she said the B word at you, we all said, oh, we telling the principal and stuff. We all started screaming at her. And then she said, who cares? She said, who cares? I don't give a D word. Yeah, she did. She said, I don't give a D word. She said, I'll give an F word. And she said all that.
The driver became the subject of a strongly worded email to the office of DeKalb County Superintendent Devin Horton, and it fills in a lot of the blanks about what has happened on this school bus. First, we learned that the first attempt to get the school district to take action was met with some resistance. They told her that they were unable to discipline the child who was bullying Isaiah. She shared his name, but I'd prefer not to, so we'll call him Child X. So they're telling her they can't or won't discipline Child X for physically attacking her son on the bus because, I guess, spring break is around the corner. I don't know if that's really the reason that they used, but it's so obviously very silly if that's what the reason was. But they did suggest a joint counseling session with the bullying kid and Isaiah, which she seems none too keen on here, but we learned that there were 3 total incidents involving her son and a bus. 1 with a teacher at her son's school, and 2 with the bully kid and the bus driver that led up to this explosive tirade of hers. During the first incident on August 9th, a teacher at her son's school put Isaiah on the wrong bus home, which, considering they were living in a new area, they had just moved here, could have been pretty bad if the kid wasn't paying attention. I agree with her that it was a pretty big oversight here, and then, according to Il Kaziki's account, this teacher lied to her about what happened. The second incident involved her son, the first involving Child X and the driver, right? And this happened on September 17th, so about a month after this first incident with the teacher. Isaiah tells his mom what happened, and our protagonist from there goes to confront the bullied child's parents, only to find that his mom lives at home but wasn't involved in his life. So that may be an explanation, right, for where that aggressive behavior is coming from, but he was also raised by his grandfather, who we will meet in just a second, but the grandfather apparently told her that this kid is highly aggressive. He's hit girls at the school before, exhibited some very concerning behaviors for a child his age. He's not evil, he's just like a really little kid with some problems, and who knows what the story is there, but it is the adult's responsibility to put a stop to behavior, so ultimately this buck sort of stops at Grandpa. So Grandpa, it sounds like, is sort of apologetic during their first conversation. He says he's going to discipline the child and take his video game away. But then fast forward 3 weeks to October 8th, and this apparently happened again. Only this time our main character's son comes home with a cut on his eye. The bus driver doesn't reach out to Isaiah's mom until October 9th, the same day you may notice that the first viral video was filmed. In her conclusion to this explosive email, she accuses the supervisor, Marilyn Nixon, of lying about informing the school principal when she really hadn't. So what became of all this? Did she get justice for her son? Did she ever get a response about the bus driver? Was anyone fined? On October 11th, she uploaded another video, a recording of the conversation she had with the aggressive child's grandfather, who came to her house, to her front door, to, I kid you not, start his apology with, well, boys will be boys. Which, no, your kid needs self-control.
How you doing?
Fine.
We had a conversation before about my grandson and Isaiah, right?
Yeah, now there's a scar on his face. From your grandchild.
On his face?
Yes, from your grandchild hitting him again. It's right here on his face, on his eye.
You know, I don't know why him and my grandson keep going there. I know that them kids been egging them on since my grandson started school over there. They both now, as far as them getting into it back and forth, again, I'm gonna deal with him because he got something else going on today he think I don't know about. You know, I apologize, you know what I'm saying, for kids being kids. I don't know why they keep. I know Isaiah got a lot of little friends. Yeah. More than my son.
He sort of seems like he's waving this off as like they're mutually in a conflict, but this sounds like it's pretty one-sided. It's one kid bullying another kid.
I told him, and I told him before, about hitting girls, about being a bully. Don't be with other kids are. You know, that's why last time when you came to my house, I made them shake hands because I've never had a problem with them before. But then I listened and I find out what's going on. The bus driver, she was telling me what's going on, but I can't go by that. You know, kids is going to say what they got to say. Only thing I can do is apologize.
I just don't appreciate the fact that my son has a scar on his face now, and my son and all the other kids told me that they specifically asked him to stop twice, and that he didn't stop. So, you know, it's like nobody can control him because you told him last time that he put his hands on my son not to do it, and he did it again. And now it's more serious because he has something that's on his face. And you know, that's where it comes in the problem for me, because they saying that he was asking to be my son's friend or something like that, and Isaiah said no, and he got angry or upset. But my son was no longer trying to be your son's friend for whatever reason, and he didn't like that. And I don't appreciate the fact that, you know, like I said, he has a scar on his face, because that's what made me crash out, because I don't want nothing on my son's face.
Right. And when they got off the bus, I looked at his face. I didn't see it. Maybe, you know, I told him, because he was like, she want to speak to you. I said, all right, I didn't have time yesterday. But I understood the seriousness of it, trust me. I wasn't trying to, you know, push it aside like it wasn't serious. I understand that because I know it can go somewhere else, especially when I heard you got into it with the bus driver.
Yeah, I definitely got on the bus, yeah.
I was like, all right, I'm not saying that that's the issue or whatever, but I know in the past, I've heard that they've been egging him on to do stuff that he shouldn't do because he got his back. And that's cool, I understand.
Who, my son?
Yeah, like Amon and all of them. When my grandson first started going, you know what I mean? It was an issue with, I guess, him being the new guy. You know how it goes. You get there, people trying to size you up and all that. Y'all kids. So I had a conversation with all of them. You know, I told them, I said, listen, y'all kids. You know, if you 10 years old and you older than a 5-year-old, you don't need to be trying to push on them, pick on none of them.
So see, we assumed before now that these kids were of similar ages, but it turns out this kid who's picking on Isaiah sounds like he's 10 or double Isaiah's age, which makes this a bigger problem.
Again, I apologize for what's going on as far as the scar issue. You know, kids gonna be kids, boys gonna be boys, put it like that. And I told y'all way back when, listen, if this guy right here gives you any, if he's out here doing stuff, let me know. I'll deal with it. I have to, you know, because I know he be lying. I know he coming there, first thing is, oh, they lying on me. I ain't do nothing. Let me get my phone. No, you ain't get no phone. You ain't going outside. He comes outside when I let him come outside. Not because I'm hard on him, because you ain't earning that. You're doing everything against that. You go to school Monday through Friday.
Right.
Not to go in there and be fighting. You know, I don't know where you get that from. Ain't nobody teaching you that. I teach you how to defend yourself. It's stuff that I have for them. I'm sorry that they going through it, and hopefully it don't happen no more.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like,
I appreciate you taking the time out.
Yes, sir.
To have this conversation.
Thanks for coming by.
No problem.
Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Following Grandpa's apology, we get our final update and conclusion to this story, a confrontation with the bus driver's supervisor and supervisor's boss on a three-way call to discuss the incident.
I saw your email today, which is a very disturbing email. And I know Ms. Mixon spoke with you earlier regarding the email as well. I am going to try to see if I can have a conference with the principal, Miss Hendricks. That's right. That's her name, right, Miss? Yes. Yes. Right. I'm trying to see if I can have a conference with Miss Hendricks on Monday to see what she's aware of, what can, how this can be resolved, because we definitely do not tolerate bullying.
Recall that Miss Hendricks is the principal of the school that her son attends.
And I know Miss Mixon spoke with the driver, and the driver said she was aware of the first incident, which we did bring it to the school, but the second incident that happened on the 9th, the driver said she was not aware of it until you approached her at the bus that morning.
That is a lie. I have her on record, and she said that she knew. And also, why wasn't I called if she reported it to the school? I mean, if the kids didn't let me know, or my son didn't, know how to communicate, I would have known anything.
Yeah. And I totally get that. But once we communicate that to this, once it happened on the bus, we communicate that to the school, and it's up to the school to reach out to you at that point to let you know what's going on.
Okay, I'll speak with them about that then.
So it sounds like the bus driver is lying here, saying she never even saw this second incident happen on the bus that would have happened right in front of her. So I don't know how that would even be possible for her not to see it, but nevertheless, she said it.
Yeah,
so what's going on with the bus driver? Because it feels like our stop is now being punished because, you know, the kids didn't get picked up today until 7:19. It was a different driver, but, you know, ever since this incident, the bus has been coming late from what the kids say.
Okay, Ms. Nixon, are you able to address that?
And you hear the other woman on the line say, Miss Nixon, are you willing to address that? She's talking about Marilyn Nixon, the supervisor that she accused in her email of lying.
And the reason for that is because we pulled the driver and have another driver doing the route. So hopefully by the time we come back, everything will be back on track.
Okay, so the driver was pulled because of the incident that took place with the mom on. So another driver was placed on that route, and that route is doubled up. So that's why we're running a little bit late. But she's working on putting a permanent driver on that route.
Okay, gotcha.
To get back to the regular time.
Okay, thank you for that.
No problem. And once again, we didn't want to, we just received the email today. We just want you to be aware that we did receive it. I will reach out to the principal to see how we can resolve it, and we will definitely get back with you. I know we're out next week, but we'll definitely get back with you one day next week.
Yeah, you just received the email today, but you guys have knew about this situation since Tuesday. The reason I sent the email and CC'd in the superintendent because nothing has been resolved or nothing has even been worked on regarding this matter. And the principal didn't even know what happened or anything. And from what Miss Mixon says, she said that she was speaking to the assistant principal, but the principal said she had no knowledge of what happened even after she spoke with Miss Mixon. So I don't understand why, you know, it was only told for what I did, but not what the student did to my child.
Yes. And I totally get what you're saying. So there's a lot of different stories that we're hearing because the driver state that I know the driver did report it to Miss Mixon, and from Miss Mixon's knowledge, she did report it to the principal. So that's why I want to get with the principal to see if we can have a conference to see if we can get to the bottom of this.
Okay. I would like that.
Okay.
So Supervisor Miss Nixon is on this call, the one she accused of lying about this, and Miss Nixon is now saying she actually isn't lying at all. She told the principal about this, and the principal is the one who should have taken care of this but didn't.
Yes, and that's definitely what our plan is, to get with the principal to see, you know, what the plan is and what's going to happen to this student, because as I said, we do not tolerate bullying, whether it's in the classroom or on the bus.
Yeah, and I don't think that's right, that just because it's fall break that the student is not being suspended off of the bus. The principal told me that, you know, because of fall break, it would be like too many days to make him go afterwards. I mean, is that the protocol?
Well, in the school, I can't speak for the school.
No, I'm speaking for the bus. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, but even though it's the bus, the principal, they're the one that does all discipline on the bus as well.
So the bus company here, or bus entity, whatever, I don't know if it's like publicly funded bus people or whatever, but they're fully passing the blame to the principal of the school on this.
Oh, okay.
We have to report it to them, and they're the one that take care of the discipline.
So the only thing you deal with directly is the driver?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and we've already got that changed out, so I appreciate that. Okay, well, I guess the issue is I need to speak with the principal as well. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate that, and, you know, I'll be waiting.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
So we learned that the bus driver was pulled from the route, which is not even really a punishment as far as I'm concerned. They didn't say that she was fired. She was just pulled, they said, which probably means they put her on a different route and she faced no real consequences for this at all. The school has said it doesn't want to suspend the child with the October break coming up so quickly, and they didn't challenge that presupposition when she brought it up. So we're assuming now that she was completely telling the truth, that was the reason they gave her. But Isaiah's mom says she plans to not let up after the break is over and still wants to discover whom of the two admins in the chain of reporting this incident failed to do so: the supervisor, Mary Lynn Nixon, or the principal that Mary Lynn Nixon is now blaming, Natasha Hendricks. In the end, at least it seems like Isaiah has some good pals around him, and we hope there are no more incidents going forward, though it certainly seems that his mom has made her point known. I'll hand it to her, she threatened to make this story go viral when she reached out, and boy, did she ever. So, what do you think? How should Isaiah's mom handle this situation going forward? What's the appropriate action for the school to take here? And should that bus driver have been better punished for failing to report these incidents? Which of these two top admins dropped the ball and is now sneakily trying to pass the buck to their coworker? Let us know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I've got a bunch more coming up, and as always, feel free to leave your reckoning mendations for future stories in the comments below. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you later.